It's 1998. The internet is just catching on. Titanic is still king of the box office, and Hollywood is deep in its disaster movie phase. Today we're diving into the city-crumbling chaos of Godzilla 1998. Was it really the cinematic disaster fans claim? Or are we being a little too hard on the big guy? Let's dig in. Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin, fresh off the massive success of Independence Day, decide to take on Japan's biggest cinematic export, Godzilla. The hype? Off the charts. But the results? Not so much. With a $130 million budget, a star-studded cast, and a marketing campaign that plastered "Size Does Matter" on every billboard in America, Godzilla 1998 was set up to dominate. But instead of roaring to success, it limped away with lukewarm reviews and divided fans. Why? Let's start with the elephant or lizard in the room. The redesign controversy. First, let's talk design. Japan's Godzilla is iconic, a towering, atomic-breathing, dinosaur-like force of nature. But in 1998, we got, well, this. Fans were outraged. Gone was the hulking radioactive kaiju, replaced by what many described as a big lizard with an overbite. Even Toho, Godzilla's creators, refused to acknowledge this version as the true Godzilla, dubbing it simply Zilla and smacking him out of existence in Godzilla Final Wars. Ouch. Although this creature bared little to no resemblance to any iteration of Godzilla we've seen to date, as a standalone, the creature design was not that bad. If not for its namesake, it may have been somewhat of a respected kaiju. The story and tone. Then there's the story. Godzilla 1998 leans hard into the 90s disaster movie tropes. Misunderstood scientists? Check. Military that just won't listen? Check. A plot that feels suspiciously similar to Jurassic Park? Double check. The film tries to strike a balance between creature feature and human drama, but it struggles. Characters feel thin, the humor is hit or miss, and the pacing gets bogged down by scenes of, well, people running around screaming. Which, let's be honest, with the exception of a very small few Godzilla films before 1998, most of the time, the story isn't what really keeps us hooked. Godzilla had about 22 films at the time, and it would be a challenge for most G fans to explain a well-thought-out serious plot from half of them, with some being just downright silly. What even is that? Sure, this was not Braveheart-level storytelling, but it did have a few acceptable threads in there somewhere. And I know at this point everyone is saying, but Godzilla laid eggs, and well, I have no defense for that. Moving on. The positives. Yes, there are some. Okay, let's give credit where credit is due. The special effects? Pretty groundbreaking for 1998. Watching Zilla tear through Manhattan still delivers a sense of scale and chaos. Heck, they even had some money to spare on the soundtrack. Who wasn't eventually overtaken by the sounds of Come With Me at some point that year? Bringing Diddy to the party for a rock-inspired music video CGI crossover like no other was pretty groundbreaking. Okay, next segment? Yeah, let's just move on. If you take the movie as its own thing, a reimagining rather than a faithful adaptation, it's really not that bad. It's a fun, dumb popcorn flick that doesn't demand much from the audience, but it delivers on monster action and just enough story to push it along between destroying things. So let's talk about the legacy. Godzilla 1998 may not have won over fans, but it did leave a mark. It sparked a wave of conversation about what makes Godzilla, well, Godzilla. And in a weird way, it paved the way for Legendary's Monsterverse. Without this misstep, we might have gotten the epic Godzilla vs. Kong showdown we all love today. Well, most of us love. Although getting Toho to trust American movie studios again had to be a difficult conversation, I really wonder how that went down in the boardroom. We also got a sequel cartoon series to 1998 Godzilla, which was pretty amazing and helped wash away some of the bad taste from the film. If you've never seen it before, you should check it out. So, was Godzilla 1998 that bad? Well, it depends on how you look at it. As a faithful adaptation of Japan's beloved kaiju, it's a giant mess. But as a standalone 90s creature feature, it has its moments. Sure, it's flawed, but maybe it deserves a little more love, or at least a little less hate. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Is Godzilla 1999 a misunderstood gem that we can rewatch with a different attitude, or does it deserve its reputation and needs to be buried forever? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into pop culture's most divisive moments. Until next time, stay roaring.